Now today we're going to be checking out a brand new e-moped to hit the market, the Yadea Trooper 1. Now if you're looking at something like a Ride 1 Up Revv 1, an Ariel Rider X Class, or maybe even a Super 73, you might want to check this thing out. This thing has affordability with all of those cosmetic designs built into it, but we're going to see if the power output can hold up to the test of the affordability. So with that being said, let's get on the trail and put this thing to the test. Now the Trooper 1 has a price point of $21.99 and it's highly competitive going up against the bikes that we mentioned earlier, such as the Revv 1 at $23.95, the Super 73 S2 at $28.95, and the X Class with the same price point of $21.99 from a previous price point of $23.99. Now getting right into the specs of the Yadea Trooper 1, it comes with a 48 volt 750 watt rear hub motor, a 48 volt 20 amp hour battery pack that gives you a max range of 56 miles under pedal assist and 25 miles of range under throttle only. This bike also comes throttle locked and pedal assist locked at 20 miles per hour, but we're going to be unlocking that today to see what the max speed will be. Now the overall weight of this bike is 73 pounds with a max rider weight of 331 pounds. The frame, fork, and handlebar are all made out of 6061 aluminum alloy. The forks actually have 80 millimeters of travel, while the rear shock is regulated up to 350 pounds with a coil suspension. Now between the suspension and the really plush seat, it really dampens the bumps on the road as well as some gravel pads, but I would not recommend taking this on major off-road use. And as we mentioned before, this bike does have pedal assist, but I wouldn't say it's the most comfortable to be pedaling. When you get an e-moped like this, you actually find yourself using the throttle only, so that's what I find myself doing. I'm 6 foot tall, and I felt pretty cramped when pedaling this bike in pedal assist level 1 through 3. All right, so now that that spec list is out of the way, let's do a full speed test as well as a brake test. These are 180 millimeter rotors front and rear, so I expect them to stop on the dime. This is considered a Class 2 e-bike with a top speed of 20 miles per hour, but I unlocked it, and we're gonna see what the top potential is right now using bike GPS. Let's hit start, let's get our journey going. $18 miles per hour, 20, there's the top speed. 24, let's get low. 26.2, 26.5. Can we get 27? Looks like we're stuck at 26.6, 26.8. 27 miles per hour, perfect. Wow, look at us, we're still going. 27.2 miles an hour is the top speed. Let's do brakes in 3, 2, 1. Oh my God, these things work so good. You have to have hydraulic disc brakes on a bike that can go 20 miles per hour or faster these days. A lot of the companies like to try to skimp out and give you regular mechanical disc brakes. No, hydraulic disc brakes are the way to go. Let's hit the stop button on that. And our total distance was 1,445 feet with a max speed of 27.2 miles per hour with an average speed of 23.3 miles per hour. That is pretty awesome. Let's get over to the hill test right now, see what this thing's capable of over there. So we just arrived at the standard hill test that I use in all my videos. It's a double switchback hill, and I'm gonna be doing this in pedal assist as well as throttle only. It's also worth noting two things. One, this bike is a single speed. It has no gears, so when I'm pedaling up this hill, it's gonna be more so ghost pedaling and using the power of the motor to be able to get me up this hill. Second, e-mopeds are really not that comfortable to be pedaling, and that's just my personal opinion, being 6 foot tall, and I just find myself using throttle pretty much 98, 99% of the time when I'm riding this bike. The other 2% is more so when the battery's dead and I'm kind of forced to pedal. And I guess after that, I'm gonna be giving you guys my final thoughts. What are some things I really wanna see changed on this bike? Is this bike actually a contender within the e-moped market? Well, we'll find out here at the end of the video. Let's do the hill test first. So I think it's worth mentioning that this cadence sensor doesn't feel like any other cadence sensor I've ridden before. It takes about 3 cycles with the pedal for it to actually engage. So it's not that it's a bad thing, it's just something worth noting, you know, if you're looking into buying this bike. So as we get pedaling here, see, nothing there, and then now it goes. But when it goes, it goes. Now I really gotta move back to get comfortable in this thing though. And you're basically just ghost pedaling. So if you're looking to work out on a bike, this probably isn't the bike for you, or any style of an e-moped style bike just isn't the right bike. But this thing's got some pep though. Coming to this second turn fast, man, damn. And the last hill, right there, finally engaged. That lag is a bit annoying in my opinion, but like I said, I ride this bike with throttle only anyway, so it doesn't even matter to me. All right, let's get down the bottom of the hill and do throttle only. Now the other part still worth mentioning is the throttle lag. Now there is a bit of, I guess, push right there. I'm about a quarter of the way, and then finally it engages. When I do let off the throttle, it takes about 1.5 seconds for it to disengage and just coast. So press all the way down and we're off. This is the way to go. Just straight up ski lift up the hill. No problems, but this thing moves, man. This is the way to go. When you're getting an E-MOPED, you're really not gonna find yourself pedaling, like I was saying. Like, look into something like, I don't know, like a commuter style bike that has like 10, 12 speed. Something with a torque sensor would probably be the best thing for you. This is just a more of a fun, go anywhere style bike that just wants to move. And we are on the final stage of the hill right here. And it flew up that hill way faster than using the pedal assist. With that being said, I'm pretty pleased with the hill. Let's get over to our final destination and give you guys my final thoughts. So in closing, the Yadea Trooper 1 is actually a really nice bike, but there's a couple things I don't like about it. The fact that there is no protection here to stop the battery from hitting the ground. That's one big thing that I absolutely love about the Revv 1 that this bike doesn't have. So if you were to drop this bike, yes, you have a protective casing here on the battery, but you don't want to crack that either. So with that being said, I wish that they had some type of a protective casing here. One thing I do love, this little tray down here. This little tray is amazing. The fact that you have to pay for that with the Revv 1 really bugs me. And I do love that they added this with the bike. This thing has a lot of the same, characteristics and aesthetics as a Super 73 with the handlebars, and I do love the fact that they have these handlebars on it versus a cafe style handlebar. With that being said, the price point I think is competitive in the market, but could also be more competitive. $19.99 would be the best price point for this, and this thing would be flying off the shelves. $21.99 isn't bad, but they could probably do better. So with that being said, if you're interested in the Yadea Trooper 1 or you want to find out more information, click the link in the description below. I'll also put the links for Revv 1 as well as the Super 73 and the Ariel Rider if you want to check all those out to kind of compare what would work best for you. So with that being said, if you guys have any suggestions for future videos, put them in the comments below. If you guys like this video, drop a like. If you love it, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.